Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today it's a little bit more module work. This module here is the one that I was working on last Friday, where I did the grade, set that all up, and we got staging tracks in. Everything's wired. Track 3 and 4 are also down. The grade came out pretty good. So the real test will be at the show, because I don't have the space to set up everything here, but yeah. So today's task is the last module that's got to be reworked. I shot a whole video reworking another module, and just never ended up getting it all edited and posted together. So figure I'll tackle this one live. Yeah, so it's basically going to be taking off the backboard, cutting the scenery about 4 1/8 inch from the back, getting rid of all of that scenery. I'm going to have to soak these tracks, track 3 and 4 at the back here, to remove those, and they will have to be moved up to meet these guys. So I'll be basically relaying the whole 2 back tracks, and getting rid of, there's some cool scenes here, some sheep and a fox hunt. So we got the guys on the horses and the pack of dogs here, and then 2 little foxes. Like I said, this is very, very British, but it's got to go in order to put the staging tracks in. So this used to be set up for staging access. So we had a left yard and a right yard coming off. It worked, did the job for the couple of years that we were doing the shows. But now we're incorporating the staging right to the back of the module, so there's no need for a second staging yard. I really hope my audio is working here. But yeah. So the first step to this would be to get rid of this backboard. I also have these hinges here. I do put them on all the modules. It just helps with aligning the deck heights at the back. I don't put hinges at the front. We just use clamps, and it just makes it easier to sort of eyeball the level. Central, north, eastern. Well, I'm not sure if you'll be able to stay the whole time, but thank you for joining. Yeah. So I'm just going over some module changes. You know all about this. You've been helping all along the way. But yeah, so actually, now that I'm thinking of it, before I take this backdrop off, what I'm going to do is mark my 4 3/16 from the face of the backboard to the scenery, and that'll show me where I got to cut. Because I'd like to try and save as much scenery as I possibly can, especially if being at a show, it'll at least have some scenery on it. So I'm going to start with that. Drop some feeders. That'll be later. That'll be later. I gotta find all my tools here. All these modules moved around and everything's all scattered everywhere. Okay. So as far as the houses and stuff here, once I get the backdrop off, I'm going to soak this all with water. I'm just going to try and get close here. Not being too precise, but it'll at least give me a line to cut on. Yep, that's going right through the fox hunt. Maybe I'll use a Sharpie on this instead. Just chewing my pen. Sharpie works all right, but depending on where it is, I don't like using it. Depending on what you're putting over top, sometimes I find it bleeds through. But for this, it should work okay. I know where you can find a spare pen. Yeah, in my shop vac. I still haven't retrieved that. It's probably full of ballast. It'll look like a can of soup when I empty that out. Just stay in the shape of the shop vac. I've got enough pens. And this is a cool scene. Like, I kind of want to put it back on the new modules once they rebuild. I've been told that some people don't like the fox hunt. I I can't remember if anybody said anything when we were at a show, but from the original people, I remember hearing that some people didn't like it. Okay, well, I'm going to try and get some of these guys up. Can you cut out the whole mountaintop and just rebuild a new hill underneath? I don't know. Maybe? I'm going to start with this and I'll see how far we get. Because I do, like, even once I cut this out, your track 3 and 4 are still going to be way in here. And this, like, stepped area, I am willing to bet this is all stacked drop ceiling tile. I don't know yet, but this module is pretty heavy. But it'll depend how far back it goes. So this will be an adventure here. You'll be able to see what we find. Save the scene. Yeah, well, I took a bunch of pictures, so I do have it. But I am going to soak it. It's hard to tell what's underneath this. Let's see here. So it's, yeah. My line goes right through the horses and right through the dogs. Yeah, it needs to be pulled up anyway, so I'm not going to go crazy and try to. Can always take it apart. Yeah. I have a feeling I'm going to try to leave that little bridge. If it wouldn't have been in the middle or all the way to the back, I probably would have cut the whole thing out. Oh, I wanted to switch cameras here. Let's start with all these sheep. Oh, these sheep will probably pull up easy. Oh yeah. Hello, the Closet Branch. How are you this afternoon? I'm just doing some scenery cleanup and rebuilding this module here. Currently picking sheep out of the field. I think while I'm doing that, I'll let these guys soak a little bit here. This is just water, just to sort of soften the glue. I don't want to break any of these guys out of here. It looks like they're all glued to like a strip of styrene or something, but I'll let that soak. I've got like a whole box and a few bags of all these little figures and trees and buildings and whatnot that I've taken off the layout, just trying to save them. A couple farm scenes. There we go. That is all the sheep. Yeah, so it's the whole layout's modular, and what I'm going to be doing is cutting 4 inches out of here, removing this backdrop in order to put staging tracks at the back, similar to these modules here. So we got our staging at the back, and then I did the same, cut all the scenery, and moved all the backtracks forward, and then the staging will be hidden behind the backdrop. So this is what I'm starting to do with this one. Oh, that's a little wood structure. Yeah, so this is a layout we take to shows, in case you haven't seen it before. So it's just nice to have some access to staging where we won't have separate staging yards. We're not operating at shows or anything, so try to keep everything simple. Okay, so I got my bag of sheep here. Put that aside. See how these guys come up. Oh, sweet. Okay. That one's still stuck. Try not to break these guys. At least they're coming off pretty easy. Oh. Scraper, scraper, scraper. Where did I put that? I just took it out. For this purpose. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now for the dogs. I don't even know what brand this would be, whether it's like a Woodland Scenics or something. That's pretty cool. Oop. Hard to see, but that is all the dogs. And then two little foxes. Focus. Okay. Put that aside. I think I can leave the bridge here. All these trees got to go. Should just pop up. I can probably reuse these elsewhere. I have a great big pile of trees over here now. And these are just like twisted wire trees, but they look pretty good. Okay, we'll pop this guy off. Let's mark my 4, and so my staging tracks are 4 inches from the edge of the module, but I'm going to go 4 3/16. That'll allow for the backdrop to slide in. Because it'll be really hard to measure this after I pull all this out. So I'm going to cut it actually. And this seems to be pink foam, this whole back piece, so we'll make it a little bit easier. Except for right there. That's some sort of plaster. Is this module part of my home layout? Yeah, so my home layout and my show layout are the same layout. I can give you a little pan around here. So this is the home layout. So each of these is a module, double height, and there's 2 peninsulas, so it can go along the side wall, I can go all the way across the back wall, or I can come out in each of these. And like that. So there will be 2 balloon tracks, top and bottom here, and there will be a helix over here connecting the 2 levels. But I have to get all these back so they can go into show configuration, which is right there. This is currently the module that we are at, but once all the modules have been realigned, like realigning all the rails so everything meets up again, then I can move on to connecting all my home layout sections, and it sort of doubles. I can bring this to shows and have it at home. I used to have a designated home layout, but it got to be too much work having two layouts. One was getting neglected, so the revamping the show layout seemed to be a bit more useful of my time. And everybody can see it when we're at shows. It's not just hidden in the basement kind of thing. Swap cameras here. Maybe not. Luckily, this is not super thick. Good afternoon. Finally made it to your cabin. Well, that's good. We did get some snow up this way overnight, it looks like. Isn't the sound of cutting foam just great? Pop this out of here. I probably won't be saving these tunnel portals. They're just, I had to hog a lot of these out to run intermodal, and it's kind of old looking for what I want on my layout here. So get the far side done. Okay. Yeah, hot foam, hot wire cutter would be pretty neat. Actually, a buddy and I were just talking about that last night. It'd sure make it easier. I don't think I've ever used one though. I'm not sure if it would stink up the room or not. Okay, let's see here. Well, I guess it's time, now that I've cut that, I can get this backdrop off of here. So I'll take my hinges off. I'm not sure what's going on in here. A couple screws. A couple screws in there. As long as they're not secured to the module, I should be able to pop this off. So these old numbers used to be, there's two layouts that we put into one. So, and then we went ABC all the way around. So this was module 2B, so layout number 2, because this was the second layout. And yeah, all the numbers are going to change now. Okay, so I figure out the best view for this. See what that looks like. Okay. So I'm just going to take out the take off the hinges here. Oh, I do want to soak all this first, actually. That'll give me some time while I'm messing around with everything else. Just to soften all the scenery up. I say it all the time. I used to be hesitant about putting scenery down because I always felt like once it was scenic, it's kind of permanent. But definitely after doing this, this is 2, 4. This is module number like 10 or something of doing this exact same thing on all these modules. So I learned pretty quick that all the scenery and ballast and track and all that stuff can easily be pulled up. Well, I guess it would depend on what you what it's initially glued down with, but all this stuff here seems to be white glue based. So it does make it pretty easy to pop up. And it's old. This is all old, early 90s scenery and glue and all that stuff. So, okay. I spent my morning doing some washes on freight cars, just trying to plan the next live streams and stuff with Central Northeastern. But doing a lot of the weathering I've been doing is all oil-based paints, so it takes quite a bit of time for it to dry. So I've been trying to stagger out all each weathering piece, so I always have something to work on. But that can be another stream. Okay, well, let's see if this is going to come off of here. I'm going to switch views. It might be more interesting from the side. Okay. Don't know where all my scraper went to. Right here. So far, there's only been two of these modules that have had the backdrop like screwed on and everything was easily removable. All the rest have been glued with some sort of, I don't know, whether it's like PL premium or some kind of thing, and then like a million screws or a million air nails. Ooh, whole scenery's coming out with it. That's kind of fun, but I don't want that to happen. So I've been also saving these backdrops because it is good ply. That's what I've been using for my grades. Wow. I don't know what that is. I'm going to try taking those screws out. Take the little screws out. So the backdrops that I'm replacing with this are easily removable for maintenance and painting and all that stuff. So, wow, those screws have a lot of paint in them. So that's not going to happen there. Hopefully I can pop this off. I don't think it's going to happen. Sweet. Okay. Well, oh, it's like a little strip of wood there. I don't know if I could pop that off. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, now so this I'll end up putting in my pile of scenery, and this piece I'll probably just throw out. So that's just going to end up here. Whole pile of scenes that we've taken off this layout here. Big pile of trees and more trees. So there's what we got. Ooh, look at that track work. That's fancy. Okay. So this will be my staging. And then now I've either got to take this whole mountain off, or I basically have to bring these two tracks, track 3 and 4, up to this level. So I either have to hog out underneath this if I want to keep the scenery, or figure out a way to strategically cut along this whole mountainside so I can lay my track, then hog this all out, then put the mountain cap back on it. Because even here, like, I'll have end up with a tunnel portal and stuff on this side. But so I guess my next thing, I'm going to get this track up, get this building cleared out of here, and then I'll mark my 4 inches, and then that'll kind of give me space of where I got to be. This was the old access to staging, so I'll pull this up. That'll give me 2 switches and a diamond back. So yeah, and I'll still be able to save all this track, not this little short piece, but a couple long ones. Also, this was all glued, so now I got to go through and pull all these nails that didn't come out with the backdrop. The first modules that I did, I was actually trying to remove this glue. I ended up just saying screw that, and I'll get rid of these like shards of backdrop. Just get it as smooth as I can, because there's a little strip that goes on the back of here just to make sure nothing falls off of staging like this, and that's just screwed on. I'm not using glue because these things will get banged up in the trailer and get moved around and all that stuff, so want to keep things easily removable, easy to fix. I'm gonna do something. I'll take the tracks off first. Nobody wants to watch me pull nails. That's not very exciting. So these 2 end pieces are Kato Unitrack. I did that just to, I don't like putting my connections on a curve, just to try and avoid kinking. But these work great. Like, normally I use the small sections of Unitrack, like that, right here. And if you end up on a curve, you can take full sections of Unitrack, cut it, and you can start your curve right with the Unitrack, such as that. This is a piece that I've cut, and then just butt your flex up to it and add a solder joint or whatnot, and good to go. And I'm able to save these too. It's all the ballasting is just white glue, so like it'll come off super easy, and just wash it in the sink. and scrub it with a toothbrush. So there are like feeders and stuff that I gotta cut as I try to pull this all up. Add a bit more water. It's just water in here. Nothing fancy. I'm really looking forward to putting this whole layout back together in its new form and seeing what it all looks like. We had a little corner section together the one day just in here. I kind of went down where these two were and then down the one aisle, and it looked pretty cool with all the rounded corners on it. Everything used to be square. So I kind of like the round theme, carry the home shape of the home layout over into the show layout. The bottle makes me want to eat hot dogs. Do I have my own module standard? I guess kind of now. As far as track spacing, there's not really a module standard. Even when this layout was built, it kind of went all over the place. I didn't originally create this whole layout. I am just now the caretaker rather than destroy it. I want to give it some new life. But no, there is no module standard. I think the most standard thing on this whole layout is going to be where the staging tracks end up back here. I really like the track plan that it had, so I kind of didn't want to go crazy away from it. I really like layouts that the tracks are all kind of disappear in the mountains and make some nice broad curves and stuff like that. I run a lot of large freight equipment like auto racks and auto boxes and stuff like that. I really like the automotive theme. My home layout will have a giant auto plant, so yeah, it's nice watching that stuff go around broad corners. I want to say original build with this, they probably tried to do N-track ish, but it's moved far away from that. Keep missing nails here. What scale do you model? Closet branch? There, nice switches. Nice brand new switches. Okay. Oh, another N scale, right on. N scaler. Excellent. Okay, so there's that. And this, with any luck, see how nice that is to peel up? That is just ballast, and I just put water on it. Like, comes up like nothing. Just got to cut my feeders here. All the feeders are getting redone anyway too. Look at that. And then I'd usually take this over and let it soak in a tub, and you can scrub it out and use the track other places. And then, like I said, you can just turns into mush. I'm not saving any of this for any sort of reason. It just goes in my shop vac, which is probably full. Pennsylvania. So, I wonder if you can see on the overhead camera what I'm doing better. Maybe. Not really. Kinda. Kinda, sorta. Oh yeah, that's okay. I better plug in my phone, or else my audio and everything will die, and we don't want that. There. Okay. Also gonna throw shop vac underneath. Let's see what I don't think I'll be able to save this cork. Maybe. No, probably not. Not worth saving cork. It's pretty dry. Wow. Not sure what they glued that down with, but actually pulled some of the module up. Wow, it's just cork. Okay. Try and slice this. I can always, if it left a hole, glue it back down and then just sand it smooth again. Now that that scenery is all soft, it all just comes right up. Bet you this building will pop off too. Perfect. Oh, that's a cardstock kit. I would imagine there's lots of Metcalf building kits on this layout. I'll probably possibly reuse some of them. There is European looking buildings in some southern Ontario towns, so probably wouldn't hurt to keep some of these around. Wow, I don't know what this cork is glued down with, but wow, that is crazy. I start building my own layout. It'd be 2 layers of the 2x8 styrofoam from the base. Via turbo train doesn't like grades very well. Yeah, grades can be pretty tricky. That's why I was concerned with the 2 grades on this layout. They were already existing, and we've already ran them, so we know that they work. And after redoing both of these, they should be way better than they were, but won't know until we try it. Okay. Yeah, the styrofoam is pretty quiet to run on compared to like direct wood. My old home layout, it was all, let's switch cameras here. It was all styrofoam base, and I didn't even run road bed or anything on it really. But once you get the road bed on the wood, it definitely quiets down the noise. I'll clean all these pieces up later on. Originally, when I put them down, I just secured them with some CA and then put some spikes in the middle, but like you can see how easy, this is just white glue on the side, and all that ballast comes right off, and then they look like brand new once you clean them up, and you can reuse them. Wow. Okay. That is some stuck cork. And here I was earlier saying if you soak it, it all just comes up like no problem. Jeepers. Crazy, huh? This stuff's probably been on here for 25 years. Yeah, lots of carnage there, Central Northeastern. It's got to get worse before it gets better. So I'm told. I will sand this all out. it won't be perfect, but it's the staging is all Kato Unitrack, so it's moderately stable if there's a little divot, because there's like a piece ripping off here. This is just a thick scraper. I have a thin scraper. This one's quite flexible. This one is not. I also sharpen the end of it for scraping all the old glue and stuff off, and it actually leaves a fairly flat surface. So. Without gouging too much. Guess I can pull these too. So that. I know on the last big hill module, most of the hill wasn't still attached. So the whole thing actually popped right off. I'm thinking that that is definitely ceiling tiles. Oh, it wants to come up. It's not glued over there. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, man. Something's gonna happen here. If I keep prying on this. So my tracks will be starting at about 7 inches from the backdrop. So that'll be out here, here to here. I wonder if it'll pop up. Let's try it. Let's try it here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Ideally, it would be nice to have the whole thing lift off, because then I can cut it all, do all my tracks, and then just clearance it after. Let's see. Kind of wants to. Squeaky, squeaky. If I can save this, this would be amazing. I'm just going to keep going in all the way along. Hopefully break that bond, because I will have to sand the wood to get a nice flat surface for the road bed. Wouldn't you know it, the one bit of scenery that's actually glued down. Can you use that saw? Yeah, I probably could. So you're talking about my you know what? I'll try it. Let's try it. I didn't want to mess up the blade just in case, but I'll use it on the ripping side. So this is a pull saw, and Central Northeastern knows how much I rave about this pull saw. It is fantastic. One of those tools that I didn't know I needed it until I had it. So let's see here. Okay. Yes, the camera's out and back. I had to get out of the window for a second. It's not working great, this saw. Hey, look at that. There's one piece. Holy. Okay, that might be enough. I think I can save that and work with that. Yay. Okay. Put away my saw here. Now it's going to be cleaning the rest of that off. I'll do a little vacuum here first. So 7 inches, eh? What are we at? So 9 3/8. Let's do 9.5. So I do still have to cut some of the scenery a bit more, but pretty flat. This is all, those are the ceiling tiles, stacked ceiling tiles I was talking about. So that's exactly what that is. It looks good. I'll leave it. I don't plan on taking that out. And I should be able to piece in the scenery after I get these tracks in here. I am going to soak over here. Ow, that was sharp. Just trying to get these last pieces here out. So there's a lot of scraping involved with this. Let's see here. See about moving my second camera. Thanks, Axel. How are you this afternoon? There. Just taking a break. Well, you're almost at the end of your work day, so. And thanks for dropping by. I've been trying to do something on a live stream every Friday, at least until till the end of April. So after the end of April, it might be a weekend thing. Thanks for dropping in, Closet Branch. So I'm just going to try and get this as smooth as I can here, and then mark out where I got to cut. Not sure if I'll cut it on stream, but it's kind of boring. Okay, vacuum this up. Hopefully everybody's still there and jamming out to the soothing sound of StreamYard background music. I'm just using this saw to cut my slot for my background. Yeah, in case anybody's wondering or jumped in halfway through, that's what I'm doing. Go Vier, go home. How's it going, man? Thanks for dropping in. Just doing some module work here. Cutting a slot for my backdrop in my last module that I have to rework. just going to, I always try to start with this round one. It just gets me a straighter cut initially, and I'll switch to this long one. Thank you very much. This is the last module for this. All the other ones are fresh builds. That should work okay. Okay, now that that's over, I do know a Matt. I'm not sure if he's a YouTuber. So I can peel this out of here. Okay, cool. So should have a little chunk of Skyboard somewhere, just to test fit in the slot. Like this here. Couple tight spots, but I can fix that. Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much how these are going to go. Backboard slides in there, staging tracks back here. Track 3 and 4 will be up here. 1 and 2 is at the front. And I should be able to save the scenery that I took off. Once I'm done here, I'm going to sand all the surface to make it nice and flat. And that'll be about it. Put my little piece on the back here. But I think that's going to be about it for today. And yeah, that was pretty productive. I didn't think I'd actually get this far. Mostly because the whole spot of scenery came up with it. So let's see. It says hi to Matt. CP9120. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of her. So I do think that's going to be it for today anyway. Yeah, I'll get these two modules connected up and finish prepping this for staging, and yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next stream. Thanks for stopping in, and have a good one.